Hey guys and girls, today we're taking a spin on the new 2022 Suzuki Hayabusa. This is the third generation of Suzuki's Hayabusa, and this bike that I'm riding here today is actually the only example of its kind in Australia at the moment. First shipment is due in July 2021, and that comprises 60 bikes, of which Suzuki tells us 51 are already sold. So plenty of interest in this bike. It is a pretty iconic street model with a proud history. It's got a cult status really, and they've thrown a whole lot of changes at it for 2022. So what have we got? Well, it's the same basic architecture and the same basic format. It's a 1340cc inline 4-cylinder, but there have been hundreds of changes made to the engine. Not just to make it Euro 5 compliant, but also to make it a bit smoother, a bit more refined, a bit more sophisticated. We've got Brembo's Stylema calipers up front. Heap of power and a heap of feel. Big step up in the feel department from the brakes that went before it, which were also Brembo's. Plenty of power, but yeah, can't match these Stylemas just for the feedback that they give. The suspension has also been tweaked. Now it's KYB still, 43mm inverted fork at the front, monoshock at the back, but Suzuki says it's got a revised internal structure. I'm not 100% sure what they mean by that, but it actually feels more compliant. It's not quite as harsh as the old model. Certainly it's super stable no matter what speed you're doing, and I can say that because yesterday we had this out on the track at Phillip Island. So what else we got? Well, the big news, I suppose, for this model would have to concern its electronics. This has got a package of electronics which spans everything from drive mode selector, which has now got 6 modes. There's 3 preset modes, there is 3 custom modes. And within those custom modes, you can change everything from the power delivery to the traction control. It's now 10-level traction control. You can also adjust the level of engine braking, which is a neat little addition. And we've got an inertial measurement unit as well, 6-axis. So it's now cornering ABS and cornering traction control, which is a big step up from the bike that went before, that really just had ABS, it wasn't lean angle sensitive, and that was it. That was it for the safety stakes. So this has got a lot more going on. There's also a bi-directional quick shifter. You can adjust the sensitivity of that. There's a hill holder. There's electronic cruise control as standard. And there's even a speed limiter, which in a bike that has 190 horsepower and 150 Newton meters, that's no bad thing when it comes to preserving your license on the road today. So it's a big step up in terms of its sophistication and its refinement. A big step up, I think, in terms of the feedback that the bike gives you. It's still no lightweight. It's 264 kilos wet, and that's down 2 kilos from what it was. It's also lost a little bit of peak power and peak torque, although Suzuki says it's actually got more output through the mid-range. Truth be known, you can't really tell the difference. You'd have to be doing a roll on with the two, the newie and the old one back to back to even tell the difference. So I think it's a nice and certainly a very worthy progression. It's got all the modern gear. It is a lot dearer. It's now $27,650 right away or thereabouts. That's a big step up. It's $8,200 more than the old model, but you are getting a lot of bike, and you do get a lot more in terms of those electronics as well. As to whether it's on the money, well, that's for the market to decide. I would also have to say that at that price point, there's a few things that I thought it might have had, but it doesn't. There's no active suspension or semi-active suspension. It's basic mechanical stuff with basic mechanical adjustment. There's also no USB outlet, and there's no Bluetooth connectivity and no accompanying smartphone app. In this day and age, that seems like a bit of an oversight. But it'll be up to you to decide whether you think that's important or not. So, as I said, overall, I think this is a worthy update. We really haven't spent enough time on this bike to get to know it inside out. We're going to do that when the model becomes more freely available in the months to come. Yeah, we're able to find a full review on bikesales.com.au.